Electricity is all about movement of charges. Good evening, welcome everyone. Today we are discussing electricity, class 10th physics, right? Electricity is all about movement of charges, flow of electric current. With the help of wires in our everyday life, we see we can transfer current from one point to another point, right? But how this flow of current takes place? It is about the movement of electrons whenever you will pass electric current through a circuit. I have shown a simple electric circuit here in which we have used a two-cell battery. Current always flows from positive to negative terminal of the battery. Here we have a key which is closed, or you can say the switch is on. You can use key which is closed, and here we have a bulb. This is the symbol of electric bulb, and electric bulb is glowing. What do you mean by electric circuit? First of all, electric circuit is a closed and continuous path through which electric current can flow. Electric circuit is a closed and continuous path through which electric current can flow, right? Now, before starting with this term electricity, as I have told you, it is the movement of electrons. Electron move from negative to positive terminal, and the direction of current is opposite as that of electrons. Current always moves from positive terminal of the battery to negative terminal of the battery. In the beginning, in electricity chapter, there are few formulas which I have written here. One is Q is equal to Ne. Pick, I'll upload in that comment section, right? First formula is Q is equal to N into E. Second is Q is equal to I into T. Or you can say I is equal to Q by T. So simple definition of current is, it is the rate of flow of electric charge. With the help of this formula, you can write down capital I, which is current symbol. Its unit is ampere. Capital I is equal to Q by T. Rate of means anything divided by time, right? So the simple definition of current is, it is the rate of flow of electric charge, right? It is the rate of flow of electric charge, that is called current. One more formula is there, that is Q is equal to N into E. Here Q is electric charge or simply charge. You can write the symbol of charge as small q or capital Q, it is up to you. The unit of charge is coulomb. Coulomb is scientist, volta, at the name of volta unit, volt is there. Different scientists are there who have given their contribution in this electricity, right? So charge unit is coulomb. It is represented by capital C. Small n here is number of electrons, and you know number don't have any unit. Third, we have a small e in this formula. Small e means charge on an electron. Its value is minus 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. But for numerical purposes, we will use only modulus. So we will write the value of charge as 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. Then we have current, whose unit is ampere. Symbol of current is capital I. I have already told you one definition of current. That is, it is the rate of flow of electric charge. V here is potential difference or voltage, also called EMF. EMF means electromotive force. Can you tell me what is the voltage supply in our homes? It is 220 volt. There are devices which are useful for measuring voltage. For measuring voltage, we use voltmeter. For measuring current, we use ammeter. And for measuring low electric current and low voltage, we use galvanometer, right? Galvanometer is a device which is useful for calculating low electric current and low voltage. Number one. The symbol of voltmeter is this, capital V. This is voltmeter, right? You have seen in your AC stabilizer, you have seen this voltmeter. In AC stabilizer, you can see the voltage around 220 or 240 volt, right? Similarly, we have ammeter. It is helpful for measuring current. And Third we have is galvanometer. If you don't have voltmeter or ammeter in your lab while doing Ohm's law, then you can take the help of this galvanometer. It is useful for finding low voltage and low electric current. So these are the three devices which you have to keep in your mind. There are various examples which are given in Lakhmir-Singh, such if you will pass electric current. Suppose if you are not passing electric current in any circuit, then electrons will be moving randomly disorientated. You can see this picture. I can show you. This is in Lakhmir-Singh. I can show you electricity chapter. You can turn to if you want to see this picture. I'll upload my notes as well. You can take the help of that as well. But today we will discuss only the basic part of this electricity chapter, right? Let me tell you, you are already aware with conductor, insulator and all that. Page number 8, this picture is given to you. Page number 8. As you can see, electrons are randomly disorientated. They are moving here and there if no supply of current is there. But if supply of current is there, then all electrons comes in straight line, they get orientated. Similarly, I can give you example of that as well. If no teacher is there in the classroom, students keep on roaming here and there. And if teacher comes, then what happens? Then all of them sit on their respective places, right? So these are some of the examples. Same, when we pass electric current through a circuit, electrons also come in position. You want to see the picture, it is given on page number 8 in Lakhmir-Singh, right? You are already aware with the terms conductor, insulator. Conductors are devices which allow electric current to pass through themselves. For example, iron, silver is a best conductor, silver, gold, all of these are conductors. Whereas insulator are devices which do not allow electricity to pass through themselves, right? Insulators are devices which do not allow electricity to pass through themselves. For example, wood, rubber, these are insulators, right? Coming back to the formulas, we will study all these formulas one by one. The unit of current is ampere. There are smaller units of current as well, such as milliampere. You should know 1 milliampere is equal to 10 to the power minus 3 ampere, and microampere. Milli symbol is small m and then capital A. Similarly, micro is U with this tail. This is micro. You have to memorize these readings. Similarly, we have nano as well. You heard this name nano, right? These are smaller units. 1 microampere is equal to 10 to the power minus 6 ampere, and 1 nanoampere. 1 nanoampere is equal to 10 to the power minus ampere. More smaller units are there which you will study in higher classes, such as pico, farad, Fermi, right? Pico is 10 to the power minus 12, and Fermi is 10 to the power minus 15. But here in class 10th, you have to memorize only these two. That 1 microampere is 10 to the power minus 3 ampere, and 1 microampere is 10 to the power minus 6 ampere, sorry, and 1 milliampere is 10 to the power minus 3 ampere, right? These are some of the smaller units. Before moving back to the numericals, we have to discuss some theoretical part of this. You have to understand the difference between electric potential and potential difference. That is very important question. Difference between electric potential and, but before telling you the difference between electric potential and potential difference, I would like to give you one simple example of it. Suppose you have a unit positive charge, means a charge of 1 coulomb, and that charge is placed on infinity at this point, and you have to bring that charge from infinity to a particular point A, which is there on Earth's surface. You have to do some work done, right? You have to do some work done. So that work done in bringing a unit positive charge from infinity to a particular point on Earth's surface is called electric potential. That is called electric potential. And second, if same charge is there on Earth's surface in one point, suppose in an 85, on an 85 it is there, and you have to place that charge from that point to another point on Earth's surface, which is capital B. And I'm telling you again, this is a charge of 1 coulomb, unit positive charge. Means a unit मतलब 1 coulomb का charge अगर आपको अर्थ सरफेस पे एक पॉइंट से दूसरे पॉइंट पे ले जाना है, right? Whatever work you will do in transferring that charge from one point to another point on Earth's surface, that is called potential difference. The other name of potential difference is voltage, also known as EMF, that is electromotive force, right? So this is a charge of 1 coulomb, right? And this is called potential difference, P dot D, in short. And the formula for potential difference is V is equal to W by Q. This is how this formula has come. It is very, very helpful in understanding. I can tell you both the definitions again. The amount of work done in bringing a unit positive charge from infinity to a particular point on Earth's surface is called electric potential. And same unit positive charge, the amount of work done in bringing a unit positive charge from one point of Earth's surface to another point of Earth's surface, that is called potential difference or voltage, right? Second thing, the formula V is W by Q. You will cross multiply it, you will get W is equal to V into Q. Further, work done is equal to energy. Capital E means energy. You know about W. W stands for work done. And unit of work done is joule. It is represented by capital G. And W is equal to energy, and unit of this energy is also joules. Later on we will study Ohm's law, which says V is equal to IR. But before that I would like to discuss some numericals.